Okay. I
Hello,
guess we're starting. So, my name's Okaro,
I'm called Ethan.
and we decided to start making a podcast. So,
It's more of like an audio log about random things that are occurring to us at the
semantics.
moment.
Semantics.
Semantics. Okaro decided upon calling it an A-log. It wasn't
Okay, shut
my
the fuck up.
decision.
No, I didn't. Okay, so first we're tell you a little bit about ourselves.
We both go to university right now.
Yeah, San Diego State University. We're second year students. I'm Okaro. My major economics, emphasis in public policy. I don't know. Live at Piedra del Sol apartment. What about Ethan?
Our address and social numbers are
Yeah.
I'm Ethan. I'm an electrical engineering student. I want to work with power systems and solar panels specifically because I think that's the future of energy.
It's the future of me.
The future of Okaro. Okaro's heart's dying. I have to build him a solar heart.
It's like Tony Stark but cooler.
Yeah. So I'm from a few different states in the United States, and lived in Las Vegas for a while, and then I was born in Seattle, Washington, and now we're in Southern California, which is an awesome place.
True life. So just kind of giving you a little bit of like context. The reason why we wanted to start this podcast is
A-log.
A-log. The reason why we want to start this fucking podcast is because, well, it's currently 3 o'clock in the morning, and we were feeling creative. And Ethan and I like to pick up pet projects and just go with it, like, starting to build a computer and, like...
Buying a chameleon.
Which
we have kept alive for a few months now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised.
It loves
still
us.
alive.
It's more than kept alive.
Well, he's kind of an asshole pet, but
well, he's kind of the stupidest piece of shit pet ever.
I mean, we can talk about that later. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, so we decided to take this up, and I think it'll give us an opportunity to kind of talk about ourselves and our lives, and what we think and feel about various topics, and. We're going to be posting these podcasts every Sunday, and it's just going to be like recaps of like the week and what happened, or if we want to talk about something specific. And, message us. Tell us anything you want to hear us talk about, any opinion that you want to see what we have on it, or, anything like that. Just let us know.
Well,
what?
I read a lull. How do we transfer over to the next bit?
Well, I mean, we'll just go. So, like, all right. So we're just gonna get this kind of shit started. So Ethan, why don't you? We're just gonna like have really personal questions, because we didn't have time to write a script because, as reiterated, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we all take a lot of units too. So
yeah,
this probably is not a good long-term decision. Actually, I'm realizing I have an 8 a.m.
Yeah, and I have stuff that to do in the
won't
morning
sleep tonight.
So yeah, it's not going to be. It's
one of those sleepless nights
for sure. So like, kind of, what's your day been like, Ethan? Like, how's that been going for you? Let's just dive right in.
We're trying to hit home with personal questions.
I can go first if you want.
My day's been absolutely nuts.
How nuts? How nuts?
Pretty nuts. It got me blitzed. I was so after a few of the most nuts things happened, I came home and just I didn't really even remember anything, but I just laid on my bed and fell asleep for a couple hours because my brain was just not able to cope with life.
Real talk.
Yeah. And then, so how was your day, Okaro? I'll give some deets.
You'll give some okay.
Deets soon.
So, fuck. What happened? Oh yeah, by the way, in case you haven't gathered, this is going to be an explicit blog. Also, apologize for, I sound really stuffy, that's because I'm sick.
We're kind of both on the earlier end of being sick.
Yeah, because we don't sleep a lot, and so our immune systems fail. So let's see what happened in my day. Honestly, it was kind of a blur. So I went to my economics course, which was pretty shit because he talks about a lot of shit that is really complicated. Yeah, that's just pretty much it with that. Went to my honors course, and she told me I had to rewrite a paper that I thought was already written. So that's something that I need to get done by the morning. And let's see, came home, had my body pass out just due to pure exhaustion for, like 5-6 hours. And then started just doing random stuff, including starting a podcast. Just kind of the week in general has been pretty nanners, I'd say. My bones are in my body is just so like torn up because I don't want to sound like that guy, but just the gym is like really.
Carl was a gym rat. What can you
Jesus
say?
Christ. Okay, I don't want to sound like hey that guy, like the fucking gym, but just like I didn't stretch, and so now I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm gonna make it.
You will make it. Yeah, my day I've had a bad day basically because last night I was up till like 5:30 in the morning.
Preach.
Doing homework and trying to finish this application so I can go to Nicaragua with a group this summer. And I was going to take a nap and then go to my 8 a.m., but I accidentally slept until like 11 o'clock. So that was like 6 hours of sleep that I wasn't supposed to have. And then I woke up and I had to go to lunch. Well, I had to go to lunch with the person that I was dating for 2 years' mom, which is strange because we stopped dating each other about a month ago on like really bad terms.
Was that a month ago?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, not very long ago.
Flying.
I'm thinking not very long ago, but
it was like I feel it's like way closer.
Well, because all of Bo also only happened like a month and a half ago.
Oh, true life.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
I guess some context is Okara and I have a very close friend group, probably like 6 people that are all very close with each other in like a core group, and we suffered some massive schisms because 2 of those people. I mean, I don't know exactly how to explain it. Basically, like I want to say insane, but I don't think it's insanity. It just had extremely odd and inconsistent reactions to events in our lives that were horrible, basically.
Just as like a preface, we're rational people and we understand that we're going to bring in a lot of biases to everything that we say. And that being said, we can recognize that, but this is our fucking podcast and not everyone else's. So we're going to give you the skinny on what we feel like is happening because that's what's fucking happening because It's our podcast. So
exactly. So yeah, I was basically, so we had a big schism with 2 people that was really sad and easily preventable. And we took measures to prevent it. But yeah, so I was dating someone for about 2 years, and then on top of that, like Amy was in our friend group for like.
Her name's Amy, by the way.
Yeah, Amy was in our friend group for like a couple of years beforehand, and then we just like basically she randomly broke up. We randomly stopped dating over the phone over the course of like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Whoa, that was pretty intense. I don't understand this, but if that's what you need right now, that's okay." But anyway, so I met with her mom because her mom and I were also really close because after spending a lot of time with someone, their parents and family because I'd live at her house for sometimes. But so I met her mom for lunch, and I tried to go to a pho place because I really like charbroiled pork over like rice vermicelli noodles, but I couldn't remember where it was, so we went to this chicken place. And then I ordered some chicken. I don't know, I'm talking about food. And so Amy called me for the first time, like in a month, last week on my birthday, and told me that she got me a present and was like excited for me to get it. and she was either going to send it in the mail or send it with her mom so that I could see it, and I was thinking that it was going to be the gift that we like had planned out, which was two campsite passes and 2 hiking passes in Yosemite, because the way that we did our birthdays this year was like I planned out a little mini vacation that cost like about $300, and then Amy was supposed to also plan out like a little mini vacation for me that would cost about like $300 to Yosemite. And with Amy, I went to Hearst Castle. So I thought, oh, okay, we'll just continue that arrangement, even though we're not dating and I haven't talked to you in like a month since then. But well, I got the gift and I was happy about that. And then I opened it, and it was like a necktie, as in like a tie you put on your neck when you're wearing a suit. And I was like,
as opposed to the other kinds.
Whoa! So that was kind of that. So then I just
also it was a shit necktie. Like it's like just there you go.
It was not the best necktie I've ever received.
Okay, it was the worst.
Also, just it's like I was thinking of it as like when you leave your waitress or waiter a penny instead of just not giving them a tip at all. Like I would have just been okay with not getting anything. It was, I don't know what kind of message that's trying to send. It's either like fuck you or like I never knew who you were as a person.
It's a real talk. It's a real talk.
So yeah, that happened, and then during our lunch, I just had it was an odd experience because it was like I could really tell how the theme of the whole lunch for me was how little Amy / her mom seemed to care about me or know about me. Like I don't know how those work out, but like everything that was happening was just like opposite of who I am right now. So it was odd. Like I got a haircut. Amy's mom was like, "Oh, that haircut's ugly as fuck." And then
let's have a conversation about the haircut thing real quick. So Ethan and I were watching 500 Days of Summer, and Ethan gets fucking amped at the beginning when she's like, we're talking about what Zoe Deschanel's character when she was younger. It was like she only loved 2 things in the world. The first was her long, beautiful hair. The second, how easily she could cut it off and feel nothing. And Ethan was like, all right, let's get fucking amped. And then he was like, I really want to cut off my hair. And I was like, all right, let's fucking do it. And then he ends up doing it. And I also end up cutting off my eyebrows. And Ethan had long hair, like really long hair. And then he buzz cut it. So like, it was.
Yeah, it looked kind of nuts. Right now it's probably 6 millimeters long, I'd say.
Yeah,
and I shaved it into a mohawk afterwards also, which was kind of intense. But that's gone now, and it's just kind of normal for the most part. Yeah, so anyway, she didn't like my hair at all and like told me. And then, well, at school, Okaro's motto and my motto, well, maybe not Okaro's motto, but like part of how I view school is like during the few months that we're in school, I'm just going to like work as hard as I can to get as much stuff done for myself and my future and people I care about as I can. So we work like a fuck ton.
Yeah, true.
There's like always stuff happening. And it's probably not the healthiest lifestyle in a lot of ways, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that we care about, and there's a lot of things that we want to put time into working on. So we just do that. And sometimes it, drives us a little bit insane to the point of like breakdowns. But
last year, I used to do this thing a lot because I was under so much stress last year that at random points, like I'd be outside and I just felt like I needed to scream, and I would do it.
Yeah,
I would be in our student union of our school. I was just like, I'd feel the anxiety reach up, and I would just literally, just a quick scream as loud as I could, and then everyone would be like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then I will look confused. I'll be like,
"Wow,
oh my, what happened?" And then I'll just walk off, just leaving everyone there like, "What?"
I've never done that in
stress
front of anyone, but I remember I told you a couple of nights ago when I was coming home from the library, I just was like, I don't remember what's happening, but this was like day 3 of sleeping for like 2 hours.
Right.
And then I had just met with Willie and Simi, like my 2 friends, and as I was walking back from the library, it was like 4 a.m, and I was really tired, and I felt like I was just gonna fall asleep while I was walking home. So I just started muttering under my breath, like, kind of weird, but I was muttering like, "I will work until I break." I think I.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, so I was just saying that, and like I was kind of zoning out and muttering that, and then I started like I didn't realize at the time, but I was saying it louder and louder and louder, and then I was crossing this grass field, and I was saying it pretty loud. I'm not realizing this at the time, I guess, but then like right when I was like pretty close to our apartment, I was like screaming my fucking head off. I was literally just screaming, "I will work until I break," for like a long time.
So
Well,
the stress
probably
is real.
Probably
the stress
like
is
7
real.
seconds. I mean, it probably wasn't that long. And then I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck was I just doing? That was actually nuts." Yeah, and then I just, I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but essentially random. We work really hard towards things, and even though it has like a negative effect on our psyche sometimes, it's okay because we reconcile that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, we reconcile. I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable losing it as much or as close as I get to losing it if I didn't have like a core set of friends that I knew were going to be my homies and would help me out at the end of the day. You know?
And I think what it comes down to in a lot of ways is like neither of us are like afraid to push ourselves. Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to like be really intensely upset sometimes. I'm not afraid to, feel really great sometimes. So I'm not afraid of my emotions, basically, which can make the limits blurred sometimes. But
also, I mean, y'all are just gonna get to know us. We're just not like those hyper masculine, like emotions are fucking stupid kind of people at all. And so, I mean, we're just very forthcoming about those kinds of issues.
Yeah, like if Okara or myself is sad, like for instance, our friend visited last week from Boston, and Okara and I were both working extremely hard so that we could have a free weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a crazy dude. That week was crazy. Oh my god, yeah. I was seriously about to buckle under. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, we were breaking pretty hard because I had 3 midterms that week, back to back to back, and then I needed to submit this
last
application.
Week was nanners.
And it was getting insane. So I didn't sleep in 3 days, and then Autumn came over, and
that's our friend.
That's our friend, and we picked her up from the airport. And Autumn watched Mad Max and told me that I would really like it, and that I wasn't allowed to watch it. Well, it was like jokingly, but like she said, "Oh, I shouldn't watch it until she comes to visit." So I didn't watch it for like 6 months, and then she came over and we watched it together. And because I was pretty sleep deprived, like everything that was happening to me was like the most meaningful, emotionally significant things I had been experiencing.
True.
So like when I saw that movie, I did really enjoy it, but also I was just not in my right mind. I was just so sleep deprived, and I just stayed up the rest of that whole 4th night just thinking about that movie. And then the next day, I went to breakfast with Autumn and came back, and I just felt like really sad for some reason. And I just told Okara and Autumn that I was sad and started sobbing on the middle of the floor for like a while.
Yeah, that was...
So the point of that story was just to explain, like, if Okara or me or any of our friends are like upset about something, it's not like stuffed down there. It's like, holy fuck, I'm so sad about this right now. I'm going to start sobbing. And then we'll probably, however we deal with it, that's how we'll deal with it. But like, when something like that comes up, it comes up then, and not like, oh, I'm afraid of what's... Not that it... However you choose to deal with your emotions is how you do it, and I don't fault anyone that, like...
Yeah, there's a value judgment to be made about what are the healthiest ways of going about it. Like, maybe stuffing it down isn't, but...
Compartmentalizing it into, like, a box and then hiding the box.
Yeah, I was about to start mitigating what I was about to say, and then I realized it was my fucking podcast, so I'm going to say whatever.
Yeah, we do a lot of self-censorship, which is, it's going to be weird overcoming that.
Yeah, it's in the pursuit of trying to progress as better people, but it's just sometimes you start to crack. You know, like there's so many constraints on you as like a human being. That's just kind of like I don't know how people don't buckle.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I don't know how we started talking about.
We had a topic, and I think it was about. I remember I was talking about lunch.
Oh yeah, how that was. She was very like anti what you were about right now.
Yeah, very anti what I was about, and I'm planning on. Well, I'm building a tattoo gun right now because
Oh God.
tattoos are too expensive to get, like, from a professional. So
I'm going official on record saying I'm opposed to the tattoo gun.
Yeah, well, I already have my soldering kit and my motor.
I'm going on record saying I'm opposed to the tattoo gun.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'll turn out well. I know what I want and stuff. And then just anyway, aside, I didn't even mention anything about giving myself a tattoo, but Amy's mom was just like, "Oh, by the way, I fucking hate tattoos," and it was just literally out of the blue. And I was like, that's so funny because I fucking love tattoos right now. And everything you're saying is the opposite of what I am. This is insane.
Telling Ethan to not do something when he doesn't like you is just the most amped way. It's the quickest way to get him just going. Like, if Ethan hated me and I was like, you can't do this, like, he's going to do it within the next couple of days. So we were going to wait to do this tattoo. And then Amy's mom said that today, and he already bought the materials to do this handgun tattoo, which is like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah, it'll be because what I need is like an 18-volt miniature motor thing, and then I have the rest of the stuff. So it's.
I saw a video with a toothbrush in it, so it doesn't look like the most high tech, kind of operation going on.
When I say I have the most of the stuff, I mean I have like a spoon and a needle. And
wait, what requires a spoon?
Like. Basically the brace. So like you use the spoon, you bend it into an L, and then you tape with electrical tape or whatever tape you want to use, tape it to the motor, and then I'm trying to explain it with my hands, but that's not going to do anyone listening any good. I haven't thought about how to explain it verbally.
Okay, take your time.
So you have the motor with the piston thing facing in the same direction of the 90-degree angle of the spoon bend, and then through there you attach it to your needle. You put a button over the piston, and then in the button you rig your needle so that it's attached to the motor piston that's spinning, and then you use the spoon as a brace to guide the needle down into your skin to poke you with ink.
Yeah, so we're gonna like post pictures every now and then on this. For now,
probably a video of me. Tattooing myself. I'm getting a tattoo on my wrist, which is pretty painful because it goes over the veins. But
I'm gonna get when I get money this December around the go because my birthday's in December. I'm gonna get a tattoo that the quote I think it's by
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Okay, cool. Doesn't matter who the fuck said it. I like the quote.
Kind of lame.
Just that. So, like, when I was younger, I used to have like a lot of anxiety about the fact that I couldn't remember everything because then it felt like it cheapened my experience as a child. Like, I felt like if I didn't remember these happy things, that they don't count. And if I read a book, then it doesn't count if I don't remember everything that happened in that book. And that was never really growing and progressing, which is kind of a weird fear for, I think, a child to have. But, that was like a really big thing of mine. And then I ran across this quote. It said, I do not remember every book that I have read, nor every meal that I have eaten, but I know that it has made me. Mm-hmm. And so that gave me a lot of solace and like, even if I don't remember every piece of information that I take in, that I am trying to grow as a person. And so I want to get that somewhere on my body. I don't know where, though.
Yeah, we're still picking locations.
If you have a location that you think would be suitable, let me know before December, because I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, cool things that we did to our apartment. We got a 500 watt stereo. home theater system.
We installed it and everything.
And in the first 2 days of having it, we had our CA come up on both days and say that we need to turn it down, and that if he needs to come up on the third day, that he was going to write us up and we'd have to see a judicial officer.
The official noise complaint was that, quote, it sounded like thunder was coming out of their room.
Yeah.
End quote.
So we were getting it. I'm not even going to act like the first time it was getting it.
Yeah, the second time was kind of illegitimate. The first time we got it on a Sunday, and then Okara, and Eddie, our other roommate, like installed it all, and then it was ready by Sunday night. So Sunday night we were blasting tunes, blasting them very loudly.
I mean, we have a seat in our living room, and we were literally smashing that against the floor. So, I mean, the first night, legitimate complaint.
Yeah.
Second night, we were just watching a movie.
Yeah, really, not even very loudly. Not even.
Yeah.
It's just like speaking voice.
Ridiculous.
Loudly.
And so I don't know. We had a party over here last weekend.
We've had
or the weekend before that.
We had like a madhouse situation happening because when Autumn came over, we had like 12 to 15 people just living at our house. Well, that's an exaggeration, but like on some of the nights we had a lot of people at our house.
It was just like I was surprised we didn't get a noise complaint, but maybe they're tuckered out. I don't know. But yeah, so our apartment, we got that. As we mentioned before, we got a dumbass chameleon. He's not a dumbass. I'm sorry, my bad. He's not dumb. And like, oh, chameleons. How do I even explain that? It's not dumb because of the fact that he's a chameleon. He happens to be a dumb chameleon.
Right.
Like, I don't know another way to even. He like tries to climb and he grabs his tail because he thinks it's a branch and he falls.
So he'll try to use his tail as support for himself, but it's himself, so he
like
can't.
That's just one in a myriad of examples. Like, I don't even want to get into it, but just
it's
smart.
Pretty upsetting.
Also, we got ourselves a record player. Got ourselves some vinyl, some Motown, some America.
And we got a plant.
Oh yeah, got ourselves a plant.
It's a special plant. It's like an African wild mask tree plant. No, wild mask plant, I think.
It's an African plant.
Yeah, it's neat.
Also, what we're listening to right now.
I don't think they can hear it.
And yeah, y'all can hear it. We got it just for our entertainment. But yeah, I love Bass, by the way.
Yeah,
y'all are going to fucking know. I love Bass. Okay.
I'll probably say it a few times more.
I think I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I love Bass. And also, we're going to go see them in concert in December?
December 5.
December 5. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. I feel like we got something else. Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. A 10-foot banner that says Thug Mansion on it.
Which is...
what is it, like 10 by 4?
Yeah, something like that.
So we got a 10 by 4 banner.
It's kind of obnoxious.
It is obnoxious. I mean, we got it because it was obnoxious.
It's really obscene.
The first day we're like, hey, what are we going to call our apartment? I was like, Thug Mansion. So, and then we really took that home because we ordered a Thug Mansion banner to hang off our porch. And we did hang it off the porch. And then, how many days later?
A lot of days later. I thought for sure that we got in trouble.
Yeah.
No, it was like 5 or 6.
What?
Well, because we got it on Monday, and then...
No, I think it was like a weekend.
Yeah, we got it on like either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
And then right after we dropped Autumn off at the airport on Sunday night, Sopan texted me that we were fucked.
Oh, yeah. So like 6 days.
It was like almost a full week.
Yeah,
and surprisingly, there is another apartment in our building that got in trouble for like hanging an American flag and like what do they call like the Navy people or the Army people and like an Army flag or something,
like an ROTC flag or some shit.
Yeah, and they got in serious trouble and like threats for like suspension and stuff.
Yeah, or threats of expulsion.
Yeah, threats of expulsion.
I was like, whoa. So they're gonna love that we hang this Thug Mansion sign.
Because in America, I don't know exactly what the audience's demographic is, but in
a lot of fans in Germany, a lot of fans.
People fucking love the American flag in America.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
How much they love the American flag.
It's disturbing. And also, any military-related thing is also worshipped.
Yeah, we're. Oh yeah,
religiously.
another thing you're gonna find out about us real quick. We're not jingoistic.
We're really right wing conservative Christians.
Shut the fuck up. We hate American exceptionalism. We find it gross. We think it's weird that we say the Pledge of Allegiance every day that we're in, compulsory school. And so, like, just, yeah, we get, we're weird about that kind of stuff. But, so we threw that over the balcony and we're like, see how quick, we thought it was going to get taken, like,
yeah.
we thought we were going to get threats the next day.
Right away.
Apparently it was
nothing came of it for like a week. Oh yeah, but we were really upset about, not upset, but really worried about the banner because Soap texted us. Oh, they're
another one of our. We have 5 people that live in our house.
So let's just name them off really quick. Me, Ethan, like myself, and I'm Ethan, and then Okaro, and then our roommate from the UK, Eddie, and then our other roommate, Sopan from Iran, and then Ryan from San Francisco, which is like north of where we are in right now, San Diego. And we call Sopan Soap sometimes. And Soap texted me that they asked us to take the banner down and they're going to come by later. And we thought they came into our apartment, and if they did, that would be very bad because we had like an illegal tobacco pipe.
We had weed and we had a bong sitting on our kitchen table, and I think we had alcohol out as well.
Yeah, and we also have a chameleon, which is not legal.
Oh yeah, we can only have fish in this apartment.
So that's like 3 red strikes right there.
Also, there must have been something else.
Yeah.
Well, the flag would have been one of the things. I think would have been one of the strikes. So that's why it was 4 strike.
Right. So basically, we were gonna get expelled because we just straight up can't have weed. So
it was a lot of weed.
Oh yeah. Well, because we were, as we mentioned, hosting a party, so
we got a lot of weed,
like a half ounce.
It wasn't like a half ounce. We bought a half ounce.
Well, it was a half ounce.
Yeah,
which is like $100. Well, not like $100 is $100.
Yeah, why are you saying? Well, that's actually we got a good deal because it was like pretty sure it was medical grade because that stuff was. I've never been more high. Number 1, number 2, we got a really good deal because it was through a friend who shall be not named in this podcast because he doesn't deserve that. But he was a very nice guy I just met.
Yeah, all these names are fake, by the way.
Yeah, so we're going to call him Jimmy. Guy we met named Jimmy through Jansen.
Jimmy through Jansen.
Ethan knew Jansen. Jansen knew Jimmy. And we bought some weed. Anyway, so we thought we were going to get expelled. Turns out, we didn't.
Nothing even happened. Really, I don't think they left us a sticky note.
Yeah, they left us a sticky note.
Most trouble we got in.
Which I was like, okay.
So I guess here they love thugs more than Americans, which is great.
Yeah,
honestly.
Thug Mansion. The Thug Mansion Chronicles will continue.
Oh yeah, we have some YouTube videos because one of our roommates is a film major, so we do stupid little videos together sometimes.
Yeah, I think what's Blue Moose?
Oh yeah.
That's his name, Blue Moose. It's a shit channel. So if you like, hey, Blue Moose, and like you try to like type that shit in YouTube, you're not gonna find us. But anyway, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, our apartment's been really cool. We've just been enjoying that. Just enjoying kind of relaxing when we can, busting our ass when we can, sleeping up our apartment, and taking on pet projects because that's just when Ethan and I get around each other, we just do stuff like that. What's wrong?
This is off.
Well, I mean, it was recording everything before, like.
Yeah. Huh. That's strange.
Birth was like a fat. Okay.
I think we're good.
We had a little technical issue with the mic. Hope everything is okay.
Hope everything's been being recorded.
Yeah, because then we'll have to do this shit next week. So, yeah, Ethan, you been following the presidential debate? Or not the president, but just like presidential race as a whole? What are your thoughts?
Just tonight, or just last night, we both missed the Democratic debates.
Pretty pissed about that.
Not by choice, obviously. We were just nose to the grindstone.
Nose to the fucking grindstone.
Trying to grind into our brains information.
Trying to finish a paper that I have to rewrite.
Yeah. And then, I've been doing a very poor job educating myself in other just than how much I absolutely hate Donald Trump. That's about all I've really come away with. And I think from what I am hearing, I'm more inclined to like align my views with Bernie, or my views are more in line with Bernie Sanders, but it's pretty impossible. I mean, I haven't looked at much stuff. But anyway, Donald Trump. I don't know if I could say this because if he does, well, one of the things that most Americans struggle with is like saying that Donald Trump is just an absurd candidate and not likely to actually have any legitimate support or value in the actual race. I don't think that's entirely true because we've had crazier people be president, and when Ronald Reagan was president, he was like an actor and stuff, and no one really took him seriously, and then he slipped through. He got the support of the Republican Party and stuff, and then ended up actually being the president, and people were like, whoa, this is not good, and then he fucked everything up for a pretty long time, and we've had much worse presidents, so beware Donald Trump. He's an evil man.
Don't become complacent. Don't be like one of those people like, oh, well, there's no way that he can get elected. I'm like, that's exactly how someone gets elected.
Yeah.
Because you're apathetic, and then other people who are more, fervent about their people, they end up actually going out to the polls and getting that person elected. So don't have diffusion of responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking do your shit.
Oh, but what I was going to say is don't worry about it too much because if Donald Trump does get elected, Okara and I will certainly embark on a murder-suicide pact. I don't know if I can.
No,
well, I will kill you, Donald Trump, if you're listening.
I mean, straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up, you're a bad person. You're just a shit person. And I can live with you not living, I guess.
Because of some actions.
I mean, just true fucking life, though. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, racist, xenophobic, classic. I'm not
sexist.
I mean, just whoa, yeah.
All the top 5 bad things you could be.
But here's the dealio. That's not the most insane thing. The most insane thing are his supporters, who are very apologetic. That they just say insane shit all the time. I was watching this video of this woman at a Donald Trump rally, and she was talking about the Great Wall of Trump and how she was so excited.
You can see up until this point that Okara was talking about, all of it's really scripted, and you can tell she's reading off a piece of paper. I mean, she's passionate about it because she's brainwashed and nuts. But then she cuts out of her.
Well, someone yells and and the wall.
Yeah, she's listing why she loves Trump so much, and then someone yells and the wall.
So she's and then you could tell this wasn't scripted, and then she was the wall. I love the Great Wall of Trump, and then you just see that evilish look in her eye, and then she starts talking about how 2 drink minimum at the border, and we need to watch drones hit Mexican people as they try to cross the border, and that's
that was
pretty insane. That was pretty insane to watch.
Happened, when she said that, it was
I was just so dismayed to be
sad moment.
A United States citizen that we have someone who is very blatantly and openly racist and fucked up run for president
with such a large group of supporters.
Yeah, it's in that no one's whoa, everyone's so complacent that there's no way he can win, and that you just can't go there mentally, But yeah, so and personally, I think that Hillary is a bit too Zionist for me. I think that we need to do a lot more to support the Palestinians in this Palestinian occupation. Also, she's kind of a war hawk. I don't know if that's a bit strong, but just whenever you talk about her foreign policy, it's less diplomacy and more well, America has foreign interests, so do what you can to protect that, and that's a bit weird for me, And so Bernie Sanders talking about some good stuff, talking about not uncomfortable to talk about Black Lives Matter. Also, I'm black.
Yeah. One thing that Hillary struggles with is social issues, sort of.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
She botches the job.
I don't know. You can't really trust her. It seems I don't know how accurate most of this information is, but I know there's videos. There's videos of her saying and I don't support gay rights because I want a strong country. And then 2 years ago, there's a video of her and this is why I support gay rights and equality. It's just a literal flip-flops.
So I didn't watch the entirety of the debate, but there were just snippets, and I did watch snippets, and I plan on watching the entire thing later. What the fuck is that guy's name? The the guy who
the moderator or the
the facilitator of the debate, who's actually asking the questions.
Well, I know who you're talking about.
You know, the guy with the fucking white hair and TV face was saying like, he literally asked Hillary, would you say anything to get elected? It was just like, because she's just, and I get it, you grow as a person and you change your opinions, but like, I mean, just the way that it's happening is just like, anytime she's called out for anything, she has a different opinion about it, like 10 seconds later. And
that's kind of funny. That's a funny question.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. So yeah, that's just our thoughts on the political sphere. If you're a hardcore Donald Trump supporter or anything like that,
get the fuck away from this podcast.
Yeah, you should probably leave because
honestly, usually I try to talk with people and like, see what I can learn from them, see what they can learn from me, just how we can, both help each other as humans, be better people.
Seek first to understand, then be understood.
The problem with Donald Trump supporters is like, once you're so far down that rabbit hole, just marginal benefit over marginal cost of like getting you out of that rabbit hole, it's just, there's no way it could ever be worth it, basically.
And, oh my God, just like, he's not politically correct. I love how he's just like, and I don't know when being politically correct got a bad rap. Maybe it's because it's too much effort. But like, just be empathetic. And the reason why we're quote unquote politically correct is because we don't want to offend people. Because that's fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand this whole. I like this. He's real. I don't agree with everything he says, but. He wants to make America great again. He has these little fucking taglines. I want to make America great again. We're losing. China's beating us. I'm like, that's how complicated foreign policy works. Someone's beating us, right?
There's a pretty clear scoreboard.
Sanders talking about like, we might have unfavorable trade deals, but fucking Trump is just being like, well, they're laughing at us. They're laughing at us. I'm like, I'm sure the Mexican government is laughing at the United States because citizens are fleeing poverty and, gang violence. And just, like, I mean... Yeah,
Trump's an idiot that doesn't like to have his privilege checked and should be scalped.
Anyone ever, forget the fact that it's a fucking miracle that we get clean water? Like, so someone leaves Mexico like, I can't raise my kid here. This is insane. And it takes me... okay, so refugees, are literally having... There are people coming back your date to see whether you actually were accepted as a citizen in 2017. 2017, 2 years from now, and they can't work until then. So I don't know who can who can survive for 2 years without working at all. But just the way to get citizenship or seek asylum in this country is just way too insane. And so instead of trying to build a wall, maybe we should just actually make immigration policy a lot less crazy, right? But I mean, that's just my, just one dumbass fucking
one plus side of that is Texas would hopefully try to secede.
True, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
because Texas can leave. Also, if you brandish the Confederate flag, take this time to politely fuck off. So. That if you haven't gotten by now what our political leanings are, think about how left you think we are, and then go a little bit more left, and then that's where we're at.
Right.
So that's what we've been up to. Also recently we went to, I don't know if y'all watch Orange Is the New Black, but there's a character named Big Boo. Right. Leah Delaire and
just context. Orange Is the New Black is an American TV show on Netflix where it's about a women's prison, and they kind of use this white woman that is really aside from what you would imagine someone involved in prison life to be basically.
Preconceived notions of just she's really primpy and uppity and bourgeoisie.
She comes from a pretty privileged family and stuff like that. But she falls in love with this girl that, I'm not trying to do spoilers. She falls in love with a girl that does drug smuggling, and then she gets in trouble for that. And basically you see prison life through her lens, and it's just kind of an interesting show.
It's amazing to watch how her entire fantasy about life is just really deconstructed. And one of the characters, one of the actresses, she like came to our school. What was it, like 3 days ago, 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was a Monday night, and it's like Thursday morning or something right now.
Word up. And she was talking about just, being queer and everything. And there were some parts of it that I was like into, and then there were other parts where I was like not into at all.
It started off with her having a lot. Well, she identifies as like a butch lesbian, so she has a lot of pretty extreme opinions and stuff, which is nice to hear. And
because we're extremists,
right? And she's really loving towards everyone in the queer community, which feels nice and like
very politically active,
right? But she had some things to say that were kind of
not okay.
Not okay. Like, yeah. So the first 10 minutes of it started off really great, and then she was just being very lesbian, which is cool, and really, I don't know how to explain it. It was just
she's
fun.
Just being a very genuinely nice person. Like,
yeah,
like I don't know, just anytime like it was, oh my gosh, you're great, and like she'd like come up here, take a picture with me, and she was just like being just very nice towards everyone and
telling
not
everyone that
distant.
they're beautiful and like worth anything, stuff like that.
But then she also said stuff like,
Then she was trying to slam like Kanye West or something or someone, but instead of just saying like, "Hey, Kanye West, I don't agree with a lot of things you say," she said, "Kanye West, you're fucking retarded."
Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa, probably don't start saying retarded at all, though, right?" Because like she seems to be a very socially conscious person, and that's like not okay. Not okay. Also. So LGBTQIA, plus, she was like, fuck that acronym. It's too long.
It's too inclusive.
Yeah. By the time we finish saying it, the gay pride parade is going to be over. And then I was like, well, that's hella not exclusive. Like, to say like, oh, this. I mean, if you fall under the mainstream of gay or lesbian, then that's really convenient for you because you're the first person people think of in the queer community. But if I'm intersex, if I'm ace, you can't just be like, well, be further pushed to the margins. Like that's not okay at all.
It was kind of nuts.
There was also one last thing that she said.
There was actually two last things that she said. Well, she had this thing where she was like, kind of, I don't.
The whole shitting on gender thing?
Yeah, well, that too. What?
Wait, was that not the two things?
No, not the
well, let me give you the quick, like, just, fuck, what was she saying? Just, like, how, what was, God, I'm, like, forgetting.
Are you talking about the thing where she was, like, pretty hardcore demonizing men?
No, but she, you just go about that part.
I mean, this part doesn't really matter that much, but she was, like, saying some mean stuff. Well, also, she said the whole thing was pitched as like a lecture, but it was kind of more just like an open form discussion / stand-up routine. But it wasn't really. I don't really know exactly what opinions she actually had and what she was intending to do, basically. But she had like some weird stuff where she was kind of like erasing bi people, which wasn't good because it was National Coming Out Day. And she was having everyone say, like, I'm lesbian or I'm straight. And I'm sure many of those people there didn't identify as either of those things. So she was, like, pretty hardcore erasing bi people, which is something that bi people struggle with a lot. So that was kind of sad. I mean, she asked all the women to stand up and then had them say that they're lesbian. And then same thing with the guys. And, also, she said some weird thing about how, like, she's a woman because she has a vagina, and, like, people...
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something
like... Of course I'm a woman, I have a vagina.
If you have a vagina, you're a woman. Or, like,
which was
having
a
vagina makes
non-inclusive,
you
like, at all.
Not at all. It was sad. And there's trans people there that seemed not happy about it.
Also, she was shitting on, like... Just, like, if you call someone, like, your partner or anything like that, she was shitting on that. Just being, like... Just, I don't know, like, I don't want to paint the entire thing like it was bad, because it wasn't. It was, like, I'm sure it gave a lot of people inspiration and hope, and, I'm sure it did a lot of good things, and it was really cool to see her, because, I mean, I really adored the show, but, I mean, there were some parts, I mean, just, like, everything, you glean the good stuff that you can, and you move on, I guess,
Right, yeah, that's basically how I thought of it, too.
Yeah, also... As far as like posing, existential phenomena. Ethan and I were talking today, and I ran across a question I hadn't thought about before, and I want to hear your
right.
thoughts on it. So
we were talking about like this would take forever to explain.
I think.
No. I'm just saying the pretext.
The context.
A relationship that I was having, basically, really a lot of confusing stuff. But a question arose that we were both like, not sure.
Yeah, the question being, if I'm in a relationship with someone, and if that person never loved me, and not to be melodramatic, but run with me on the hypothetical, that if that person never loved me, then could I still say that I felt love? Like, if they still went through all the motions and did everything and made me really believe it, could I still say that I fell in love because that was my experience that I went through? Or at that point, would it be like, because their intentionality wasn't there, it doesn't count?
Right.
And, because, so sometimes I'm like, intentionality is really important. Other times I'm like, intentionality isn't worth for shit. I don't know where this even falls in the spectrum. Or I don't know if this is a gradient answer, like, or if this is a contextual answer, like, depends the context. Or maybe, like, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't want to play the middle politics, like, it's just a mixture of both. Like, fuck that. Unless you have, like, a really good reason to back it up. But, like, that's I've never thought about that before. That kind of intersection of...
So, like, if...
what you feel and intentionality.
Right. Like, how objectivity works with, like, how you feel. And, like, So basically, if Okara and I were in a relationship, and Okara had been going through all of the things that someone would do to make another person feel loved, and I felt like he did love me, and then later he told me, no, all of that was fake, or just for whatever reason I was lying about that. I just wanted to see if I could simulate it. But if I genuinely felt the love, was it still love, sort of? Is that...
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're thinking
So
about.
y'all kind of sit on that one for, like, a sec.
I guess it's, like, when I'm thinking of it, it sounds like a profound question because it's, like...
relevant to us.
Oh, really relevant to my life and, like, affecting me deeply right now? But also just kind of, like, a bullshit question. So,
I don't think it's
bullshit.
It's
not
like,
a bullshit question, but...
I think it's genuinely an intriguing question.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
I really would like to know how do you even go about solving it? Like, that's the way our kind of brains work, is how do you solve it? But, like, how would you even go about even trying to deconstruct that question to get the answer? So, yeah, that's something that we've been kind of pondering for the last 3 hours. And we're running a little bit out of time here. Where are we at?
Gone for quite a while.
Yeah, but last thing I want to leave y'all with, that's not the last thing.
Okara and I can really talk for a long time.
Yeah. Just, like, don't fear death, everyone. because...
Okay.
because when you die, you won't care because you're dead. And if you're alive, don't worry about it because you're alive in that moment. So basically just, like, don't even really stress about, like, dying, I guess. I'm sure that was probably problematic in the sense of, like, people who have, like, terminal illness and stuff. But, like, also, it's my podcast.
Are you saying people with terminal illness?
They can grab their own podcast and talk about how I'm a shit person. But, but just basically...
Okay, people with terminal illness.
Brass fucking tacks. Don't even worry about it because you're not dead right now.
Okay, if you are worried about it, then people with terminal illness, you're not doing anything wrong, and we support you fully. We fully support you.
And I'd love. Please send us a link. Please send us a link. Violently reasonable. Or send us like fan mail or like a question asked at Violently Reasonable, like a link of your podcast, so that
I'm probably trying to start a war here,
so that we can.
I'm not interested in having war with people that are on the.
Oh, also explanation. Violently Reasonable we just thought, like, because sometimes we get really amped and talk about just, like, we're going to go kick someone's ass or just, like, set shit on fire or something. And so, like, but, like, also, we are...
We've never done anything illegal before, so...
No, yeah, we set a statue on fire. Anyway, so... anyway, just, moving on. Moving on, like... But we're reasonable people, we're rational. You could, like, hey, Carl, actually, I think that your views on terminal illness... are have flaws, and then I'm willing to hear you out in that conversation.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I'm joking, but but just like we're violent, like we're gonna have times where we're just getting amped and we're probably gonna be screaming in this podcast. But
true. So
there are times where
should we do like a not like trigger warning, but should we do like a little thing where we talk about how we're willing to change and adapt our views?
Oh yeah, so just like if you hey maybe this opinion, think about that, like. We're willing to totally, like, assess that in its merit, and even if it's a view that we've held for a long time, we're willing to question it.
And work hard towards, like, not just questioning it and then putting it away, but, like, implementing our new views in our life. And, like, it's a big deal to us to, like, try and be educated and, like, just sensitive people towards other people.
Yeah. I hope that that's come through in this podcast.
Right. Also, a lot of what we're talking, this is all unscripted and like it's just kind of random stuff off the top of our head. So these opinions might not like be the most thought out version of what we're trying to explain or communicate. Okay,
it may not be the most thought out version of what we're trying to conceptualize, but like also, at least thus far, I feel pretty solid about what I've said.
Yeah.
But yeah. Even any like last thoughts? Anything you think the listener should know, or something like that? As our description states, we're going to be putting this stuff out every Sunday, and just any kind of topics y'all want us to talk about, send us some some fan mail, and
I mean we talked about a lot of stuff.
The next time, like we might have like more actually like planned, but the entire thing was very impromptu kind of thing. So yeah, I want to thank y'all for listening. And
say that thing that you say.
What? Which one?
For the one time.
Yeah, for the one time, for the real time, here now. I want to thank you for y'all are gonna get really acquainted with our vernacular.
Yeah, we have a specific like lingo, how we are, just our mannerisms of speech.
Yeah, that's a whole separate podcast. But yeah, we really hope you enjoyed listening, and we hope you tune in next time. Please follow our Tumblr blog if you want to get more. We're posting some photos as well.
We'll try to answer all the fan mail. It's coming in like crazy.
Like hotcakes. We haven't even posted this podcast yet, and they're already flooding in. So
I think we're
close to 10. It in quick, or it doesn't count. Pixar didn't happen. So
thank you, one listener. My mom.
Okay, that would be pretty insane if your mom was listening to this. She probably wouldn't be into it. Yeah, I've had a good time. I've had a good time talking to our viewers. But yeah, hope you all have a nice day or nice night whenever you listen to this. And
we love you.
And
more than anything in this entire world.
We're committed to you. So we're going to hold up our end of the bargain. We're going to put out content, and we hope you listen. All right, cool. See you next time. Bye.